Hello everyone, welcome back to another interesting tutorial on this channel. So today's tutorial is going to be on how you can sew your peplum to your Basque corset. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you how you can sew your flay to a Basque. Okay, all right, so we'll start from drafting the corset first. So on this channel we have a detailed video on how to draft a simple corset. So I'll just be keep on drafting. So this is the center front and this is the bust point, and we have our under bust somewhere here. Okay, so now you can see what I have here is a basic body. So before you embark on this project, you need to know how to draft your basic bodies. Okay, so with the basic bodies drafting, you are supposed to follow up. I also have a video on how to draft the basic bodies perfectly on this channel. So now we want to start up this corset drafting. So I will just draft because we have been drafting this all this while. So if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you will receive videos like this uploaded every time. Like this video and share to family and friends as well to benefit. So here I have made my bust radius. That is what I'm going round using the difference I have in my bust point line to my under bust point line. Whatever thing I have to rotate it all around. So this is what you are supposed to do first to serve as a guide for you. And on the shoulder seam line, I also share what I have on the shoulder seam line, half, and connect to our bust point for a perfect under bust contouring. Okay, so right now I will just determine where I want my corset to be. So I'll just step up a little from the chest line. It's all by choice. So I step up a little by 0.5 and I come in by 0.5 as well. So once I do that, that is the regular corset design. So I have to extend what I have at that 0.5 all through to the hem to serve as the first boning line. So the next I will do, if I need this corset to be directly on where I have my bust circumference, bust radius difference. So this is it here. I have it at 3.5. I come up a little by 4 inches. So that means from the shoulder line, I have 6.5 at that line. So that is going to serve as my neckline for this corset. So next I'm going to do is to contour what I have on the upper bust line by 0.75, 0.75. So if you turn on your notification bell, you understand what we are doing right here, because we do this all the time. So if you have been watching the videos, every day is being uploaded. What we are doing here will not look like a film to you. Okay, so what I did here is just to contour the upper bust line for the corset, and then I'm going to connect my corset cup to the center front line, and I also connect back to the armhole line as we have our normal corset cup. Okay, so whatever thing you want to do with this part, you can just play with it. You can use the whole of what you have here as your yoke. But the essence of this tutorial is not to show you how to draft a corset, it's to show you how to attach the basque to the waistline. Okay, so if you want to learn how to draft a simple corset, we have it on this channel. You can browse through and watch how to make it, then you can follow up. So now we want to draw the corset cup. So for the corset cup, first I want to find out what I have. This is my center front, and I'm taking my under bust measurement, divide by 4. Whatever thing I have here for a corset, I have 1.5 here. I will divide it 2 equal parts. From here to here is 0.75, and from here to here is 0.75. So now I'm going to connect my corset cup to the bust point, and I'll connect it back to the bust point, as you can see. So now I'm going to extend what I have here right now, what I have here on this line. Because of this Basque, I'm taking my ruler straight. Okay, so all you need to do is to take your ruler straight. It does not affect anything at all. Okay, so the highest we can do is to add enough seam allowance, like 2 inches, when sewing it, to accommodate what the waist is. Because right here from the center front, my waist is 9 inches. You can see that. And I added 1.5 inch for the dart I have already when I made my my bust dart. So now coming down straight, because of this Basque, because we need to merge this and this together to form our Basque. So from here to here now, you can see I have almost 2.5. So that means my dart replacement from the 9 inches, which is the appropriate waistline, should be about 2.5. Can you see? So that is where I'm supposed to connect this to the armhole line. But if you add 2 inches to your seam allowance when sewing and during your fitting issues, you won't have issues with shortage or excess. Okay, so that is it. It does not affect anything coming down this way once you add enough seam allowance on this side. I believe you understand what I'm trying to explain. So now it's time for us to connect the cup. The under corset cup, I'll be connecting it right to from here using my pattern ruler. You can see how I placed my ruler. From this point, I flush it to that point, and from this point, from the center front line right now, you can see my bust radius. But because the bust is fuller on this side, instead of 3.5, I increased by 0.5. Okay, so I just added that part a little by 0.5, and I placed my ruler, as you can see, from the under bust to that 0.5 on the bust line. We have our full corset. So now we are done, and I'm going to cut out this. I'll cut out what I have right here, so we'll make our Basque. Okay, so I'll be attaching. Of course, you will see how we'll form our Basque, and then cut our peplum, and you see how you can fuse your Basque corset to your peplum right away. Okay, so I'll be cutting my corset. Okay, so our attention is on the lower part of this corset, okay, not on the upper part of it. So what I'm cutting out now, if you are making a high neck corset with yoke, you cut here. If you are making a high neck like turtleneck or mandarin collar corset. Okay, so now I will cut from here and cut into my corset cup. I'm cutting out the yoke right now. That is what I'm doing. So this is the yoke if you are making use of a yoke. And then I will cut my corset cups. Can you see? I'm cutting my corset cup. So I want you to know that the cup is embedded here, right here. So I'll just cut from here to here. And I name what I have here cup 1, C1. Okay, this is C1. And this is the bodice number 1. That is our front bodice, F1. Okay, let me use F1 for this. So I'll just come here and cut off what I have right here. So once that is done, next I will do is to close up my bust dart. So once I close up my bust dart now, you will see a little shift on the cup. Okay, so that little shift on the cup is not a problem. All you do to that side of the cup, as you can see, is to place your ruler back on it like this, and you do what? I'll use my red marker. Can you see the shortage? So you are aligning the cup again, and it does not affect anything at all. So what I'm doing now is to cut my cup. So this is cup number 2, which we are going to sew to the bodies when you are sewing it. Okay, so this is the bust point for here, and this is the bust point. So we have our cup ready right now. So now the attention for this particular corset is the basque. So as you can see now, this is what we have. I just want to show you what you will be having on your normal corset. Can you see? Once you sew the cups right now, you sew your corset yoke to it. And normally this is what we always have. You sew this back to this, as you can see, and then you come over here. But because it has a back, so I'm taking away what I have here, so we can work on the basque and work on the peplum. So for the backs, I will match this together. So I come in with my piece of pepper, and I'm going to align okay, so I come in with my piece of pepper, and I'm going to join this and this together for my basque. So for your backs, you need to have I'll be using the edge of this pepper. I'll be measuring 4 inches. Okay, that is the standard measurement for a basque if you actually want to sit down with your basque dress. Okay, so here I mark the starting line for my basque, and then I can align what I have. I'll just apply my adhesive. Apply my adhesive. So I'm just trying to put what I have together. You can see what I'm doing. I'm putting it together on this line, and I bring here and join. Okay, I'm merging this dart now together, so we'll be able to form the basque. So that is exactly what I'm doing here. So you can see that. So I have aligned it. So this is my center front, and I'm going to rule a straight line showing the center front to the basque. Can you see that? So now connecting my basque, this is the waistline at which I want to connect my basque. So simply, this is what you are going to do to form your basque. You just shaping your basque the way you want. Okay, original waistline is this, which I'm touching now. I come in with my pattern ruler, I form my basque. Can you see? From the point, the waistline the basque is now extending 4 inches from the waistline. 4 inches. This is 4 inches from the waistline. You come down for a perfect basque, and then you connect back to the side of the waistline. So it depends on how sharp you want your basque to be. Okay, so this is my basque now, and that is it for this. So I'm going to cut on the waist the basque right now. You can see I've added basque, and I'll cut the center front. Okay, so I'll now cut what I have under here, the excess peppers I have. I'm cutting them off. All right, people, so now you can see I've cut out my basque corset. So here I added 4 inches, which I told you is a standard for corset, but from what I'm seeing on the thumbnail, I noticed that the Basque corset we have there is more than 4 inches. So I went ahead to extend my Basque, okay, to 7 inches. Okay, so I will have that deep, Basque, just as it is right there on the screen. So now it's time to cut the flay. Okay, so to attach your flay to your Basque corset, there's no magic to it. Okay, it's just very simple. All you need to do is to take the measurement of what you have on your center front to the waistline on the back line. This time is on the back line, because if you notice the waist quarter of the waist, you can see we measured what we use for quarter of the waist, and there I have 8.5 inches. Okay, so but once I place it like this, it becomes longer at 11. So you need to take, since you're attaching your peplum to your basque, you are going to take your measurement from center front on the backs which you have cut, which I have as 11 inches. So 11 inches is quarter times what you have for the front. Okay, what I have for the front is times 2, that is 22. So that means you'll be dividing 22 by 6.28 if you are making a flay. So whatever result you have, if you want to pleat, you add your pleating allowance to your result, maybe 2 inches or 3 inches to accommodate the pleat. So here I've already cut out my flay, as you can see, and I'm cutting only for the front. I'm cutting only for the front. Okay, so if you are cutting everything together, front and back, all you need to do is to add what you have from here to here. 11 times 2, 22, plus your normal waist at the back, because the back does not have a basque. Okay, please take note of that. The back does not have a basque. So but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm working only on the front, and that is why I took the measurement only on the front, and I divided by 6.28. So now I'm going to open up one part of it, of my peplum right now, as you can see, and I'm going to make a notch to the center front, because I'm attaching this to the front alone. So I take off my pattern now, open up my basque. Like I told you, I extended this basque more, so we'll be able to have the basque as it is on the thumbnail. So simply place your basque and sew, and you have the basque effect. It's as simple as that. Okay, so just place your basque. So here I'm going to come out by 0.5, as you can see, so I'll be able to sew my basque to my peplum. So I'll go over to the machine now. I'm going to sew one side. I place my notch and sew the rest. I'm pleating the allowances. The pleating allowances I've already made. You can also decide to do, pleat already. If you know the allowances you added, you can pleat and secure them with your stitches before you go into sew. So I'll go to my machine now. I'm going to pleat into this basque, okay, and I'll bring it back for you to see. All right, so now you can see I'm done sewing my basque. As you can see, I've sewn and pleated my flay to it. So I'll just make notches on the seam line. Okay, so I want you to note that what we are doing here is a demonstration tutorial. If you are doing this on your fabric, on your dress, you are supposed to complete your corset and sew the upper part completely. The way you sew your peplum, you sew the upper part completely, and next is to attach your peplum. So there's no different thing we do. All you need to do, cut your peplum and measure your backs, your round backs. If you're adding pleating allowance, you add pleating allowance to it, and go ahead and sew your peplum to the backs. So you can see what I have right here. I still have the Basque effect, and I still have the peplum attached to it. So that is how to sew the backs. Okay, so if you are sewing, make sure you sew it sharply, so you have that sharp point, Basque effect. So no matter how many inches you want to give to your basque, okay? But from 4 inches is standard. It depends on how pointy you want your basque to be. So right now I'll be placing this on the dress form for you to see what it looks like. This is what we have on our basque on the dress form, okay? So your basque depends on how you shape it. If you need it that pointy as it is on the thumbnail, just use your straight ruler and connect to the center front, okay, on a sharp course, so you don't have any curve to your basque, okay? So, and you need to sew your cups to your corset. You have to sew the upper part of your corset completely, leaving the center back open before you be able to attach your peplum to your basque and have that effect. So like I said, this is a demonstration tutorial. So as you look at the peplum right here, you can see it's not standing because we've not added any crinoline or stay, hair stay. It was not lined, but by the time you line, add your crinoline, you have that standing effect as it is on the thumbnail. So this tutorial is just to demonstrate to you how you can attach your peplum to your bags, okay? So there is no special thing to attaching your bags to your peplum. All you need to do is cut your peplum the normal way you do, add it to the waistline, and take the the distance on the basque, okay, the measurement of the basque, because that is where you are going to attach your peplum, okay? So that is it, and that is how to go about it. So thank you very much for coming again once again to this channel. I believe you learned a lot into today's tutorial. So you can try this out and see how it fits and all that. All right, so see you in the next video. Bye.